What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today I got a brand new Warzone tips video for you guys. At this point, I've had about a month to play the game, and I played a ton of Warzone matches, so I know what I'm talking about here. If you guys have played your fair share and are struggling to find those wins, or you continuously losing, fret not. I got 8 tips for you in this video that if you just pay attention, follow them, I guarantee you will be in a better position to win every single match. I'm not going to be going over best class setups or best settings to have to play the game. If you guys are interested in videos like that, I do have a few posted on my YouTube channel already. But what we are going to be talking about are strictly in-game strategy. Now, before we get started, I just want to let you guys know I do stream on Twitch pretty much every single day. You can catch me live at twitch.tv/undemic. Also, if you guys are brand new here, go ahead and hit that subscription button. But I do want to thank each and every one of you for helping the channel grow. There has been a crazy amount of growth on my YouTube channel in the last month, and I really do appreciate all you guys for the support. Thank you, thank you, thank you for so much. And without further ado, let's hop into our first tip. The first thing you need to understand is how Battle Royale games work and how you can win them in a general sense. Now, in a general sense, the only way to win a Battle Royale game is to be the last one standing or the last team standing. Now, to be able to do that, you can win a game without any kills. That's possible. It's not going to be very fun, but that is possible. So in order to do that, in order to win at this game, you have to survive. Once you survive, your next goal is to kill everybody that's not on your team. But your first priority should always be to survive. If you can survive, kill everybody around you, in general, you will win the game. So that is your first thing to focus on, just to understand how Battle Royale games work. The next thing we want to focus on is sticking together as a team. This is really crucial, especially when you first drop, because everybody has a pistol. It's a lot easier to win a gunfight when multiple guns are shooting at the same person. At the same time, that gun that you drop with, that pistol, the X16 or whatever it is garbage. I mean, it barely does any damage. You can do quicker damage by meleeing someone twice than shooting them with 6 rounds. At the same time, if you drop at the same location, it's a lot easier if you get down to eliminate that last player that downed you. The quickest way for the game to fall apart is when everybody starts going their own ways, because they can get picked off one by one, and then before you know it, you're the only one left and having to come up with all this money if they don't win their gulag matches to buy your team back. And at that point, you're just at a disadvantage. You can't buy plates, or you can't buy a loadout, you can't buy better guns, whatever it is, you're just at a disadvantage. So try to stick together as much as you can. All right, moving on to our third tip. Rotate early. You want to be aware of your position on the map, you want to be aware of where the storm is collapsing, and you want to rotate to the zone early. The reason why you want to do that is because you don't want to get caught late. If you set up and move early, you can get the best position and you can catch people rotating late. Either the storm is right behind them or whatever. They're just trying to get the zone and you can pick them off. What's going to happen when you start shooting at them is they're going to try to change their direction. Once they start changing direction, that storm is going to be right behind them. You can either down them or they can get killed by the gas. Whatever it is, you're going to have to worry about one less player or one less team. So be aware of your position on the map. Try to rotate early as best as possible. And when you do rotate, try to pick a location to rotate to that will give you the maximum advantage possible. High ground. The next step is to know where you're going. Don't just be walking around aimlessly trying to loot. Know where you're going to be going to and understand what that building layout or what that city's layout is. So many times I found people or players just kind of walking around, going for loot boxes, and they don't even realize I'm staring right at them. And it's just easy, free kills. No one's going to challenge that because you can get a ton of shots off before they even realize they're being shot at. So as you move around the map or you move from building to building, always keep in mind where you're going to be going to next. And when you know where you're going to be going to next, make sure that you're moving from cover to cover. So if you do get shot at, you can quickly duck behind cover, recoup, regain, and get ready to challenge that fight. The quickest way to get from point A to point B is definitely a straight line, but that is definitely not the best path to take in Battle Royale. You want to make sure that you are moving from point A to point B in a way that you have maximum cover the whole time. The next tip I'm going to give you guys is to lay down any claymores or proximity mines you might come across. Now the reason you want to do this is 1, it takes that out of play for other players to use. 2, it also acts as an alert system, so if you place a claymore down and you rotate and keep moving to another building, let's just say a player comes along and triggers that mine or claymore, it'll act as an alert system to you to know that there is a player where you just came from. And this is good because it can provide you a little bit of information on where certain players might be on the map and where they might be in your rotation. So pick up any mines or claymores and just deploy them immediately. You can always pick back up whatever equipment you traded them for. The 6th tip I want to give you guys is don't push for no reason. You guys want to be able to use your mini-map in the top left corner to gather information and only push when you feel like you can win a gunfight. If you see 2 other teams going at it in a fight, that is prime time to push one of them. Because for 1, while the gunfight's going on, they're probably not going to be hearing you coming for them. And 2, they're probably going to be weak anyway, so you're going to be in optimal position to third party and take one of them out. That being said, there's absolutely no shame in running from a gunfight. If you can't win a fight, that is just a smart play to back off, regroup, and then re-challenge or move on somewhere else on the map. Now, if you do take a gunfight, you have to remember to be patient. Don't let the craziness of the gunfight get to your head. Just take a breath, relax, know how much ammo you have in each magazine, know how much health you have, because there's nothing worse than pushing an enemy player when you have like 10 rounds in your magazine or you have like half health. You're just putting yourself in a compromised position and you're almost surely going to lose that gunfight. The next tip I'm going to give you guys is to practice good communication. Be mindful of what you're saying. There's nothing worse than playing with somebody who has bad comms. Just understand and keep in your mind, like when you're calling stuff out and you say right there, right here, the other people on your team have no idea what you're calling out. Like they have no idea what you're referencing or where you're looking. Fortunately, there is a ping system in Warzone and you should use it to its fullest. If you press the ping system once, it'll ping a location. If you're hovering over an enemy and you ping, it will actually track that player's movement for a few seconds, but I don't think that's actually a good way to use this ping system. If you double tap ping, you can actually alert your team that there's someone in the vicinity of where you're pinging. Now, you have to understand, if you do ping another player, it alerts that other player that they have been spotted. This is not optimal if you're trying to sneak up on somebody. A better way to communicate the location of enemies is to ping the general vicinity where you spotted the enemy, how many you saw, and then call out a landmark that they're nearby. So if you see 2 people near a yellow building, ping that location and then communicate with your team, hey, I just saw 2 guys near that yellow building. That will let them know where they're at, and then you can probably push and gather more information as you get closer. This brings us to our 8th and final tip. Now, in no way are these tips in order of least important or more important. These are just general tips that you should be having in your toolbox when you're playing this game if you want to win. The final tip I want to give you guys is to relax. Nothing ever good happens when you panic and try to make a decision while you're panicking. Now, when the heat starts flying in this game, a lot of people lose their cool and don't make the best decision possible. So just remember that as you play, try to breathe, just relax, use the environment, use the information that you have, and make the best possible decision as you go forward. If you can do that, you'll put yourself in the best possible position to win the game, and you'll have an advantage over the other player you're fighting who's probably panicking themselves. So that completes it. 8 tips that you guys should be using in every Warzone match that you play. And just to recap, you should understand that the goal is to survive. You need to stick together with your team, rotate early, know where you're going and use cover when you move, use all claymores and proximity mines, put them into play, push when you are sure that you have the advantage, practice good comms, and last but not least, relax, make good decisions. That's going to wrap it up for me in this video. I hope you guys found these tips helpful. Leave a comment down below. And until next time, I hope you guys stay happy, stay healthy. Peace.